Maternity Photography Posing Guide. 5 elegant maternity poses anyone can do. So many photographers are tired of using the same cheeseball maternity photos we're used to seeing everywhere. So if you want to take classic and elegant maternity photos that will stand the test of time, keep watching. Today I'm going to show you 5 poses that anyone can do to really take your maternity shoot to another level. Hello, my name is Mike Lloyd. I am a professional boudoir photographer in Silicon Valley, California. I've been doing this since 2010 and teaching since 2012. And I never wanted to learn traditional boudoir. That was never my thing. I didn't want to take sexy photos. As an artist, that does nothing for me. I would rather photograph everyone like we're selling expensive perfume or expensive clothing. And commercial fashion was what first got me into doing portrait photography. And because I live in Silicon Valley, we make computers. Everyone here wears hoodies and Chuck Taylors. So I had to figure out, how am I going to do a fashion shoot with people without actually shooting fashion photography? I would start doing my regular portrait sessions as if it were a fashion shoot. That's why all my posing looks different and why I light everything differently than other boudoir photographers. So I'm going to show you 5 of my favorite poses that I always do during maternity sessions, and my clients love these. I just did a portfolio shoot a couple weeks ago and made sure to include all 5 of these in there so you can see what they are, and I'm going to tell you more about how to do them. Let's dive in. All right, so here I am in Lightroom, and this is one of my favorites. And you can do it with the dark and moody lighting like I do, bright and airy. It makes zero difference what lighting setup you have. The idea is that your highlights are on the curves of the body, including the belly bump, and everything else is in shadow. As to whatever extreme that is, entirely up to you. But what I love about this one, shooting down at ground level, and I've done this with clients on a tabletop, I've done it on the bed, it can be a couch, literally anywhere. The firmer the surface, the better. Just like when we do any other bed poses, we don't want them sinking in and having things either smush out or hands disappear or any of that. So it's best on a firm surface. And if you're not sure what outfits to wear, then I love doing topless images like this because, again, it shows all the curves of the body. Not everyone's comfortable doing that. So I keep different swaths of fabric in my studio, usually 2 to 3 yards in length, all different colors, lace and satin and different materials that I've tested every one of them. I know they all photograph well. And she picked this red lacy fabric here. So we drape it over the chest. It fans out across the floor. What's really important, if you follow my cursor here, we still see the arch underneath her back and the legs. So this fabric doesn't take away from the curve of her body. Also, again, I think these look better totally nude. Not everyone's comfortable with that. She was wearing a thong in this photo, and I photoshopped the strap out of it. That was our plan when we went into it. I didn't just surprise her with a nude photo. That's what we talked about, and this is how we executed it. Because again, she wanted this photo for the wall in her home. She didn't want to actually go totally nude in the studio. And we do nude photography once in a while. It's entirely up to our client's comfort level, but this is how we could achieve that look. And the hands are just comfortably resting over the head. Toes are pointed. That's important. Also, depending on my client's flexibility, body type, different things, I will alternate which leg is straight and which one is bent. So in this case, we have the right knee is bent, the left leg is straight. Sometimes I will take those the other direction. I just don't want the curve of the front leg up to take away from the curve of the belly. As far as facial expression goes, I make sure the chin here is up and not all scrunched in. And then I just have her look up at the ceiling, breathe out, open her eyes, close her eyes, some smiling ones, some more calm ones like this, different expressions, different looks, and we can get a pretty good variety of images. Then you can also go in and crop this photo different ways. You can shoot it straight on. You can shoot it totally from the side like this. You can shoot it from overhead. There are dozens of variations you can do with this particular pose. Let's go to the next one. This was another favorite. She wears hats. That's part of her thing. So I absolutely wanted to incorporate it into the photo shoot. Also, we've been doing a lot of shoots with flowers lately that look really, really cool, and using them to strategically cover body parts in the photo, whether it's chest or lower. And I went and got different kind of flowers for the session. She happened to show up with her own flowers as well. So we did a little mix and match of both, but I just love this. It's classic, it's elegant. We have beautiful expression on the face. We've got a hand on the belly, which can totally be overdone in maternity. Like, obviously we can see the belly there. Not every pose needs to have the hands on the belly. And please don't do the heart hands on the belly. That is like wearing stonewashed jeans with a mullet from the 90s on your way to get some glamour shots done. It's way outdated. But hands in the belly, you can totally do that, just not for all of the photos. So in this case, we had the one hand down and the other one holding the flowers. Different variations. You can take that hand, have her hook her thumb in the waistband of her undies or pants if she's wearing pants. Or she can just put her hand on her hip, totally do that as well. Or just let it hang down kind of back. But the important thing is we want to see curve back here. So her arm can't totally block all of the curves of her back and her booty. This is one too. I always keep the front leg bent because when you have the front leg straight, people tend to look like a flamingo. So generally in photography, not just maternity, the front leg, which is the one closest to the camera, is the one you're going to bend. And again, I can have her looking at the camera. I can have her looking 45 degrees away. I can have her looking 90 degrees away directly into my light over there. A ton of different variations. We can also get in and crop this one. As you can see, I leveled this one out already, but we can go there and we can go there. Lips down is one of my favorites. So like even that is a stunning photo right there. So again, different variations just based on crops. We can get multiple versions of that photo. Let's go to the next one. All right, sitting down and slightly to the side. This is another one I do every single maternity session. Your clients are going to love it because you can have hands on the belly. You can bring hands just down to the bed, hands adjusting her hat, hands twirling her hair. Hands can just be on top of her thighs over here. There's a ton of ways that you can position the hands. It doesn't just have to be on the belly. That's the default for most boudoir photographers. It looks great. Also, alternate which hand is on top and bottom. Give yourself some variety. And you can have one hand on, one hand off, and then swap them. Do all different things. And again, you can shoot this vertically. You can shoot it horizontally like I did here. You can go 3/4, which means cropped through the shins right over here. You can go full body and get all of her in there. You could also crop in a little bit tighter to maybe there. You could bring it in this way. Let's go a little bit. And that's another great photo right there. So a ton of different variations you can do with this particular pose. And again, she can be looking at the camera. She can be looking off to the side. So many ways that you can turn this particular look and pose into 15 to 20 other images. And this is classic, is like the standing facing the camera. Depending on your lighting, it can make it difficult to see the belly. If you have the overexposed, washed out look, some photographers call it light and airy. It's really just overexposed. There are light and airy photos that are properly exposed. And I've got another video here in this channel that talks about the difference between high key and low key lighting. You can go watch that if you want to know more about it. But the idea is to get a shadow on the belly to create depth so that we can see that the belly sticks out here. And like I mentioned before, one hand can go on the belly, the other can go here, or it can just hang down. It can be up in her hair, it can be up on her chest. Normal places I would put the hands when it wasn't a maternity shoot, I can do it for a maternity session also. And you can swap the hands. I like to bring the leg closest to the light, closest to the camera. You could swap them around if that's the style that you prefer. And I turn the shoulders away from the light just a little bit here because again, I want the highlights along the side of her body. I don't want to broad light her. which again, broad lighting versus short lighting, not the point of this video, but I do have another video that explains different lighting styles. You can check that out as well. She can be looking at the camera. She can be straight on at the camera, turned slightly. She can be looking off to the side. I also like to tell people, bring your chin to your shoulder. Because if you say, bring your chin and shoulder together, people lift their shoulder, and that doesn't look good. But instead, you can bring the chin down to the shoulder, close their eyes, and this gives you a great look as well. Last one, similar to the one that we saw on the floor, but this one is upright. And in this scenario, again, the front leg is the one that's bent, otherwise she'll look like a flamingo. Whereas lying on the floor, I had them the other way around. But the hands are over the head, the hands are just nice and comfortable. We're using her hair as a top, if you will, but it's entirely up to you. The reason I didn't want her hair back behind her is because I didn't want to block the curve of her back and hide it in shadow from the hair. Because dark hair would totally block out all the light coming through and we'd lose the shape of her body. You could also do this nude, but again, we did it in a thong there. And she can be looking at the camera. She can have her head back. She can have her head forward. Take the hands up. You can bring them down to the sides. You can bring them up onto her chest, onto the belly, one of each. So many different things that you can do. And again, you can crop this one. You can shoot at different orientations. This also looks great when you shoot it straight on. Right now I'm from the side, but I could go shoot this straight on as well. I'd have to move my light if I did, but that would kind of give us this look, but in this pose. And you could crop that at different points as well. So again, a ton of different ways that you can take one pose and make 15 different variations out of it. So essentially with these 5 images, we can create 45, 50 unique photos that your client would love to see. So this is how you can take maternity photos that don't look like 90s glamour shots. If you want to know more about this lighting, head to boudoirguild.com and you can take the lighting course that I have over there. I've also got a ton of other great videos on this channel about how to find maternity clients and how to sell to them and what products should you be using, all of that good stuff. So be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of those videos when they come out. You are amazing. See you inside.